Dynamite. Gouche with the pick.
Yeah. Already shutting down Shui. Gives Architect a lot of room to start moving forward and get the advantage towards the Dragon Blade. A little bit of pressure going to be applied now. Bernard is in the corner. Everybody collapsing around the Sigma. Stun will come out from the accretion, but there's just too many members of the Hangzhou Spark surrounding him, so he does get taken down. And JMac trying to exit. Will not be allowed to do so, but seems like they don't have the damage quite there.
Make this happen.
Krillin gets to the Ant Matrix first, goes ahead, pops that one out. Shui dashing through, will take down QOQ. To just play it around, away from the Ant Matrix. And then you want to chase him, try to get these kills. Mortality Field comes out from Krillin. Very well timed to keep Bernard alive. They clean up here onto Mika and Bebe as the flip comes through. So Hangzhou Spark not quite able to make it to 60%. As London Spitfire will take the lead. Headshot though, just a body tag, but Mika's still going to fall. Bernard finding that pick off. Blister pokes up, looking for another one. The Bucks comes out from QOQ, drops him back down to the ground, but the kills are not there to follow. The Supercharger, in the meantime, is there for the London Spitfire, empowering their attacks, and you can see it at work as they just absolutely destroy QOQ. 99% of the board, however, for the Hangzhou Spark as the flip gets ready to come in for the London Spitfire, and both teams exhaust the majority. Bernard has now gotten his slugs, goes ahead, picks up what seems like the entire damn team, drops him back down. Mortality Field will save them for a little bit longer, but Shui with the blade does go ahead and slice through that. Godsby, however, has found 2 headshots. An Architect with a blade of his own gets rid of the enemy Genji. Goes into the back, he's looking for Glister, who just can't turn around fast enough to react to what is happening to him. Does fall, but Architect will suffer the same fate. They come back in. Bernard going to be pile-driven into oblivion as they look to get the finishing blow now onto Fuse. He's got a sliver of HP. Fuse swaps over, gets that grapple going, manages to roll him over. JMac pushing it out here with the Wrecking Ball of his own, and Fuse comes up with yet another huge kill, shutting down Krillin. Fuse nearly has a rally up, needs to make his way back over the point and try to keep his teammates alive. You see the body block coming in as they try to deny JMac access. The flip is there now for the Hangzhou Spark. Fuse very well topped up, chases in, but the Mega Pack is there to keep him alive. And QOQ swinging with a Reinhardt swap, manages to find Shui, and Bernard just does not stand a chance. They get a shield bash onto Gushway, but the damage is not there to follow. Shui and Glister still going to be dead out of the fight. Now JMac gone. The delay tactics have been exhausted from the side of the Fuse is going to go to the farm where he can. Architect trying to make his way out, but Shui doing a good job of pursuing forward, but he can't get the kill. So the armor packs come in, and he does steadily get pushed back up to full. Godsby finds a kill on the Glister. With so many members low here on the side of the London Spitfire, Architect starts seeing red, tries to go into that dash kill onto Bernard. Doesn't finish him off, but it's still a bloody back and forth coming through as the tank line gets broken down for the Hangzhou Spark. London Spitfires, however, are perfectly healthy, and they have the inside track on the points. They get set up, they get that first cap coming through.
Great shield bash there.
Things nicely for themselves. Yeah, looking for the kill on the Architect. They will find it. With Mika falling as well. Godsby, though, has the EMP ready to roll. Could just go ahead. That one out. Manages to find 4 members. Mortality Field coming through, but a massive Bionade connects from Bebe. Throws in the Nano Boost as well, and Architect goes in. Manages to find 1, pushes forward, gets Glister, and the pack finds Krillin. Very nicely executed here by the Hangzhou Spark. The flip will come in. 52% built up of that Zarya ultimate. Now they make their way over onto the point. This is very dangerous for the Hangzhou Spark. You do not want to let this get entrenched on the point with the double shields. Bionade connects onto 4. HP bar is still dangerously low, and Krillin going to be knocked off the side of the map. Yushu tries to turn things around. Sun comes in. Shui draws out his blade. Gets to the Bebe, looks for another target. Takes a little bit of damage. Continues to be assaulted from all sides, but
and even if they lose it, they've got a huge advantage.
Yeah, buying more time as QOQ will be taken down. Their way back around towards the point, looking for that stun. The accretion not quite going to connect. The shield bash will. Bionade, however, goes down. An Architect manages to cut Glister down to size. Bernard will manage to equalize there as they force out the OT, but with him going so low and JMac just resetting off the side of the map, Hangzhou Spark will live to fight again. Detected, jumps away with the translocator again. Trying to get that set up. London Spitfire rush their way over to the point. The window comes out, but Architect manages to find 2. Takes down Krillin. Now Glister. He's just putting this fight, this team on his back. Ults be damned, might not be needed. Primal Rage comes through, looking to send Bernard sailing off the side of the map, but it doesn't matter. Baby with the Bionade will just finish him off, and now no one can touch the point. Again, 100 to 99%, but 2 rounds is all it's going to be. Godspeed gonna be set up. So far hasn't gotten really any shots because the Architect is pushing right into the middle of the London Spitfire. He's just behind them actively right now, but unfortunately unable to get the kills. Godspeed finally finds one, but London Spitfire have broken the defense of the Hangzhou Spark. Swapping over onto the Ash, so will be a little bit late to build up that bomb. But there you go, that's gonna be a good start. Dragonblade, however, gonna be pulled out from 3 after they lose out on 1. Slicing them in midair, but the Immortality Field there to greet them as they hit the ground. Still, he's managing to set up for a couple kills coming through, but Architect with a blade of his own, trying to turn things around. Managed to find Hiley, who has since been swapped in. Don't remember if we actually mentioned breakthrough. Yeah, Matrix going to be used from both teams right up and close in front of each other's faces, but it is the London Spitfire who managed to push out of the gas station. They start to find some kills. They'll finish up the bomb. They got Godspeed and QOQ. Architect, though, trying to swing things back in their favor. Draws in with the Dragonblade, but just doesn't have ample support. Can't really get on top of anybody. Just slashing in air. Now the Flux coming through. Architect, yeah, dashes away. He does buy time. That is absolutely true. But they get the Flux kill here on the Gushue. The cleanup starts coming through. QOQ jumping in, just trying to buy a little bit of extra time, build up closer towards that Flux. Make sure that he's just high impact kinetic grasp though. QOQ gets a ton of shielding. Blade now comes out from 3, gets stunned up there for the moment, dashes into the back line, manages to find Mika. Gets a second as Gushue will fall, but Godspeed cuts him down. It's going to be a 3 for 2, an advantage of the London Spitfire thus far. The Supercharger still empowering multiple members of London.
I mean, look for a kill. They're going to go for it.
Yep,
no
catches 2. Fortify goes out, but Shui onto the high ground instantly takes down Godspeed. Very nice deflect into the headshot, I would assume. QOQ taken down as well. Bernard can just occupy this high ground. As I say that, he will get dragged off by a halt, so good displacement there from Gushue to make sure that he cannot just sit in that prime position. But now everybody contained inside the saloon. It is getting ripped to shreds, so Cart looking like it's gonna glide in. But again, good time buys here for the Hangzhou Spark. They continue to drain the clock, ensuring that even if London finish big wraparound actually for the rest of the Hangzhou Spark. I thought QOQ was gonna be left out here on an island, but well, the nice halt comes through with the window, and they just strike him down. So
he brought some
It was
friends.
a cheeky little wraparound from the Hangzhou Spark, but it doesn't really net them much other than a little bit of extra time off the bank.
No one wants
Doesn't last very long. The Bob rolls in from Godspeed, just forcing London back towards the high ground out of that line of sight. Architect manages to find J-Mac though with a right-click shurikens, now goes out for the blade. Takes down Bernard, takes down Fuse, and with the 4K coming in, now a 5. Architect again just looks incredible with against.
Yeah, I mean,
let's make it 6. Still never close to him, ensuring his safety. Sweet gets on top of Godspeed, manages to find one as Bernard now presses the issue, throwing that barrier out and advancing towards the Hangzhou Spark steadily. QOQ, however, about to have a Flux online, and that could be absolutely huge in their defense of this. But he's going to pop the Flux, and the Bob will just finish him off. Poorly timed, just didn't have the HP to try to go for that play. The Bob finds another one. Architect going to be gone. And in OT, the London Spitfire will be allowed to finish Route 6.
that whip.
Card. Oh man, the whip shot absolutely great for Mika since J-Mac off the side of the map. And that is just going to be, the breakdown
Another one
of the defense here. Mika does it again, finds Bernard. Shui will take down 1, but that's as good as it's going to get. Will not be allowed to exit in the Hangzhou Spark.
London Spitfire.
Now we'll start pushing forward. Let the barriers come through, and they use their own amp matrix, but Godspeed finds the shot on the J-Mac.
Yeah.
Takes him down, and suddenly, this amp matrix doesn't really mean, anything.
Yeah. I mean, this is just going to be
They're just moving forward.
Yeah.
No one can touch this. Massive time bank here. 4 minutes, 52 seconds now as the doors get ready.
set up for, well, he was perhaps looking for that. Now he just wants to get a free kill.
Yeah, he's just going to kill Shui, because why not? Bob's going to get stunned. The Bob is the only one playing the objective right now. London is still inside point C.
Well, now they don't really have much of a choice.
Are they just conceding 2/3 of the map?
I guess so. At this point, they don't really have much of a choice. I mean, if they fight here, it's like...
I can't handle this right now, London.
Well, I mean, this could be a huge time bank disparity if things continue. And look,
Yeah.
there's the Widow pick.
Find the headshot. Flux going to be coming through. Architect gets rid of Hiley, and yeah, it is just going to be Pink filling the kill feed.
Architect.
Bernard's left alive. He's up near the cart. They're going to go ahead, finish him off, and London just
shows their head. Here's the blade.
Blade is out. Finds Glister. Stun comes through. See him just slashing away.
No,
Kill feed comes in.
438. Or 438. More than 430. Wow.
Dynamite Pretty huge there from Glister. Would love to have that bomb online. Godspeed going to be taken down. Bernard finding the pick, and Architect falling low. Will be kept alive at least for a little bit longer as Fuge gets up close and personal with the members of the Hangzhou Spark. It seems like finally their passive play has allowed them to break through.
I mean,
they will get a good amount of distance here.
Look at the ults on London Spitfire Cyber.
Looking for the flux. They hold them together.
Yeah.
Pull up. QOQ going to be dead in air. Now the Dragon Blade coming through. The Immortality field already finished off. Pushes forward. Gets rid of Gushwei. Has to resheath, but dashes in. And the kills continue to fly forward for the London Spitfire. So 3 ults rather, used in that fight into the air. Mortality field keeping them alive in the supercharger, allowing them to stave off any advancing members of the Hangzhou Spark who are looking to capitalize. Shui, however, going to be taken down. Dragon Blade drawn out. Architect still already low, but the heals start rolling through. And that will be the end of it. The OT plummets, but a lot further than you might have been. Way in the back. Trying to find some picks. Dynamite going to be lobbed in. Looking pretty big. Shui finds Godspeed. Takes him down, and there he goes again! See a QOQ. At least denies the kill credit, because Architect has a blade already, draws it out, manages to find 2. They're trying to shut him down. Mortality field will be finished off, but Glister still operating in the back line. Manages to find that kill, and Shui dashes in onto the dynamited Mika to finish him off. QOQ right up in the thick of things, going to be taken down by the Accretion. The Immortality field's out on the cart, but none of the Hangzhou Spark members are playing in it. Gushwei will find J-Mac, but still taking such consistent damage that will get finished off. But he actually managed to find Fuse before falling as well. A very scrappy fight with the Bob now coming in. The Blade, not necessarily needed. Supercharger goes out from Gushwei, plants it around the corner. A lot of damage there on the J-Mac. Immortality field just does not last very long whatsoever. Bernard going to fall before he can use the Flux. Architect in this fight has built up the rest of his Blade. Needed about 60%, so now has that ready to go. And the ult economy for the Hangzhou Spark starts the moment. Brutality field gone from the side of the Hangzhou Spark. That Matrix comes out from highly. Bebe now going to be matching on the back end of that. Flux will find Architect. They push him up into the air, take him down to 50 HP, and Bernard strikes him down with the primary fire. Both kills coming through as the Bob will fall as well, and suddenly the Hangzhou Spark are going to be down to a minute. Will get pushed away, and the cart starts advancing. Nearly makes it into the oh boy, I was gonna say the victory box. Shui goes into the back, cuts down Architect, but Mika finds the kill. Everybody else corralling inside the garage now as they try to stay alive. The Immortality field's going to be traded out from either side. The Supercharger instantly dropped by Gushwei as he gets that online. Yeah, Matrix is there, however, from highly, so they have to try and stay inside the garage if they want to be safe. As they push out, though, they manage to find Bernard. Now looking in on top of J-Mac, which they do, and they will be able to push through for victory. It was a nice little run there. Son on the QOQ. He'll go ahead and reciprocate with one of his own, but Glister finds an opening shot, taking down Godspeed. Dynamite up over the top, will soften up Architect, taking him lower and lower. Mortality field and the right click kills coming up from Bebe. They'll keep him sustained for a little bit longer. Bernard starts moving up, and they're getting yoinked off stage. Goes out there by that Hulk, and the cleanup will come through. And very nicely done. The London Spitfire press their way up onto the point, and they just wipe the floor with the Hangzhou Spark.
QQ did use that.
Flux will find 2. Blade comes out from Shui on the side as Architect has his own. 1 for 1 so far. Architect only going to be able to find that, and it seems like, yeah, it's going to be Genji's passing in the night. 1 kill apiece, but Architect does get taken down as Glister finds yet another nice little pick. They'll finish off the Bob, and now can focus on moving that card forward.
Yeah, it was a really nice trade for London Spitfire.
Into one of the side rooms and just got absolutely demolished by an Amp Matrix in a very similar situation. Very nicely done, but the turnaround starts coming in as Godspeed does take down J-Mac with the Bob out on the card as well. Accretion will connect onto Highly, and this has to be the abandon here on the push for the side of London Spitfire.
Sanguinar takes one with him, but at the same time, you know, look at the long.
Getting hit from. Architect is playing all angles, constantly circling around them. The hungry shark in the water. Window's going to be coming through now. QOQ and Gushwei both getting melted low. Will get finished off. The Blade, maybe a little bit of an air one. Again, not necessary for them to finish the fight a lot. If they can get a well-timed recontest for Hangzhou Spark, it could be huge. And they're going to push out. They managed to get the tag in briefly there from Godspeed. Now Architect, but they need the rest of the team rather than, you know, the DPS inting out onto the card.
Yeah, that's unfortunately doesn't work out the way they wanted it to, but drawbridge Why did I see drama?
Go window online now as well. Highly going to be using it. The blade goes into the back line from Architect, but he gets struck down instantly. Perfectly done by Bernard. Punishes him heavily. QOQ, however, does manage to break down the front line a little bit with a kill on the J-Mac. Flux will come in. Fortify not going to be available as Shui is also going to die mid-blade. Godspeed just gets the body shot on him, finishes him off, so both Genjis getting absolutely nothing for their ultimates. Hangzhou Spark, though, still looking decent because they're the ones
from Hangzhou Spark. We've seen a few of those this series, but
J-Mac, yep, not going to be good. Not a good look at all.
Definitely not. I mean, look how far they have to retreat here. They're going to have problems touching the cart.
Yeah, they're going to have to just start pushing forward. J-Mac, does he just swap over onto the Wrecking Ball? Bernard, in all likelihood, going to get staggered yet. Sent off the side right there. 10 seconds remaining. Somebody's got to touch. J-Mac is not on the Wrecking Ball. It's going to have to be Shui, you would anticipate, or the bomb.
I don't think he's
They
close
do go
enough.
ahead, throw the bomb out towards the cart, but so far isn't contesting, and yeah, can't make it. You can see where the bomb is at, firing away in the composition so far. So very much a lot of the same. Good damage now going out, but Mika's going to be the first one to fall. Bernard finds that first blood. Collapse on top of QOQ to finish off the enemy Sigma as well. So a strong start here for London Spitfire on this defense.
Yeah, it couldn't be stronger, really. That was a very nice, aggressive hold. And we are starting to see London
A lot of extra value. Go ahead and try to keep them alive. The bomb's going to be tossed out. Straight in, helps get rid of the immortality field, but then doesn't last very long after that. Dynamite's going to be lobbed up over the top. Gets a little bit of damage through his Shui. Draws out the Dragon Blade. Manages to find QOQ first. Architect draws a blade of his own, but it's very much London Spitfire walking away with the team fight. Listen to the nice headshot. Shut down the enemy Genji.
Yeah.
Out of the London Spitfire. Rally going to be rolling from Sanguinar and Mika. Answering Flux now out from QOQ, and the kills start coming through. And it's Godspeed and Architect to finish off their counterparts. The Bob getting some serious value as Godspeed will just go ahead and fill the kill feed. Finishes them off, so the cap will come in. Matrix using the corner, forces out the immortality field, and Hangzhou Spark start shifting inside the castle. They have a window of their own, but Bernard gets right up into the front, absorbs so much of that damage with the kinetic grasp, but the kill feed just explodes in favor of London. The team wipe comes through, and Cart waiting on the flank. Immortality field comes out, they finish that off. It takes a bit of damage, the Flux comes through, but it whiffs. QOQ unable to find anybody. Found J-Mac, the blade didn't get anything, and now Architect the blade of his own. Again, looking for some picks. Sanguinar fall, Shweek taken down. The cart finally going to be able to move here for the side of the Hangzhou Spark. His Architect desperately sits in the corner and says, I need healing. And we'll finally start receiving it for him. They're trying to push towards them, but Hangzhou Spark is playing Ring Around the Rosie a lot better right now. Cart rolling forward. Will get touched. Shui has to dash through just to ensure that they contest this at the last second, but Architect will find highly, and now with J-Mac falling, it seems like this might not work out. This out-rotated for the London Spitfire.
Just straight up.
Will not be split spawned. Now 2.5 minutes, what they have.
And a Flux.
This is terrifying. It's already so much distance picked up. Great stun comes in. Bernard shutting down that Flux. Architect, the deflection goes in, gets rid of the immortality field, and they don't touch the cart!